Hey everyone, I am back with another Coffee Date Thursday. I have a coffee of sorts in my new mug from Monkey Business. I am drinking double mocha cappuccino, also from Monkey Business, or Nina at Monkey Business. If you want to know what that's about, my last Coffee Date Thursday, the box swap, I'll link that below so you can see where we got this. Anyway, so I'm gonna take a sip and we'll get on with it. So good. She did good. Anyway, okay. Today's topic is 5 back to school favorites or must-haves. So my must-haves and favorites might vary a little bit from other schooling moms and maybe even other homeschool moms because I'm building my curriculum. So for me, number one thing I need is a planner. Always. I have to have everything written down. I have to have everything planned out. And I actually have a couple of notebooks that I'm using for homeschooling. Like my lesson plans are in a different notebook, but all of the lesson plans, like for daily, if that makes any sense, like what we're gonna do that day will be written in this planner. And so that is my number one must-have, is a planner. Number two must-have for me is a good notebook. This is one of the ones that I will be using. I also have a couple of Erin Condren notebooks, but they are not large enough. There's not enough like paper space for me to use it for the actual like lesson plan. It's just like an outline in the Erin Condren one, which helps, but I'm wishing I would have just gone with the one subject notebook when I was doing that. Number 3 for me is a good 3-ring binder. This is what all of their work is going to be in, although theirs are going to be black. I just didn't want to pull them out. It will have all of their schoolwork for each subject in a binder. I think I'm going to have one binder per subject, so it should be about 5 binders, I think. Number 4 for me is a good pen or pencil, but I'm a pen snob. And right now I have 2 favorites. I can't find the other one because somebody stole it. But my current favorites are the Papermate Ink Joy Gels, and this is a 0.7. Okay, so I found the other one, sort of. This one's empty. I can't find the one that has ink in it because somebody stole it, but I do have the name of it. It is a Uniball Jetstream, and this one is 1.0. It looks like this. It is a super cool pen. I am left-handed. Those of you who are left-handed understand that sometimes when we write, if we don't turn our paper just right, we get ink like on the sides of our hands. This one doesn't do that, which is awesome. And it writes smooth, and it's almost like gel, even though it's not gel. So I like that. So that's my number 4, is a good pen, because I'm a pen snob. And then number 5 for me is not necessarily a material thing, and it is something that I lack. Patience. Lots and lots and lots and lots of patience. Because I am dealing with my kids 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm trying to be mom and teacher and everything else that I have to be. It's hard. Not just on me though, it's hard on them too. And I have to remember that they are little. They don't know these things yet. And even though I want them to learn, I do have to be cautious and not push them further than they can physically go or can mentally go. And for me, that's hard. So patience is my number 5 must have for back to school. For me, must have for my kids, I would say start off with a decent pencil box. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a pencil box. So we get the big plastic ones because they're pretty sturdy as long as they're not stepped on. And there's no zippers, so they can't break the zipper. There's no like clasp or anything. It's just simple and easy for them, and it works. A good pencil, which sounds weird, but again, I'm a writing utensil snob, I guess. And the pencils that you buy at the Dollar Tree, I just find like, and the ones with like the designs on them, they like don't sharpen. Every time you sharpen them, the lead just like pops out, and it's the most frustrating thing in the freaking world. So a good pencil. This one is amazing. I got it, I think, at Hobby Lobby because it was where I was at. It's America's pencil, and it's number 2, you know, USA Gold. It's a little more expensive, but I tell you, every time I sharpen this thing, it stays good. It doesn't lose the lead. You can't, I mean, I guess you could over sharpen it, but it's hard. My kids sharpen these, and they don't have a problem with it, so that should say something, because my kids were 5 and 3 at the time, and so they were able to sharpen it by themselves without the lead popping out, which for me is a big deal because it was super frustrating when we went through a lot of pencils. The other thing is a good pencil sharpener. This is actually the first year we've had one of these. Last year was super annoying because we only had the tiny ones, and they kept getting lost because my kids would take them, and they just like, ugh, I don't even know. So yeah, that was annoying. So a good pencil sharpener. This one will vacuum seal to my desk or the table or wherever I put it, so they can't run away with that one, so that's good. And number 4 for my kids, just like for me, a notebook. Lots and lots of paper. Scratch paper, work paper, just paper in general. My kids need a lot of paper, just like I do. So, and then number 5 is not really a material thing, just like for me. But I think for my kids, the number 5 must have, and actually it should be number 1, and I should have said it first, but you know, is a schedule. Not like a super rigid schedule, but they have to have a routine, I should say, during the school year for sure. During the summertime, we're a little more lax on our routine, and it's okay, it works for us. But during the school year, we have to have a routine. They get up, they get dressed, they get their breakfast, they start school. Or they go play and then they start school, but they have to have a routine. It depends. Last year we did they get up, they get dressed, they eat breakfast, they start school, and that worked for a little bit, but I noticed that my oldest was having a lot of trouble concentrating. So what we do instead is we either go through our day, we get things cleaned up, we get up, we get dressed, we eat breakfast, we clean up after breakfast, we go play for a little while, we eat lunch, we clean up after lunch, then we clean up all our toys. I make dinner while they're doing that, and then we eat, we clean up the table, and then we do school, because A, they've run out all their energy, so they can focus a little better, and B, Daddy's home to watch the little ones, so it works out a little better. I'm not sure if we'll use the same schedule this year, but we'll see. But the point is, for my kids, because we homeschool, during the school year, their number 1 really essential is a routine. They have to have a routine. Otherwise, our whole week just gets, and that's no fun. But yeah, so those are my favorites and must-haves. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, I think. Yeah, so that's my coffee date Thursday for today. Until next time, bye guys.